I think the important thing as folks from outside Virginia look at the results of the most recent election is not to overinterpret those results. I think there were a set of folks who immediately following the Youngkin election went, oh my God, like we thought it was a blue state and now it's a red state, like has Virginia reverted to that? I think that's too strong an interpretation. And there are a couple reasons. First, I mean, I really look at the Youngkin election and I see a variety of driving factors in that, really none of them having to do anything with energy. You know, I see COVID and dissatisfaction around school closures. I see the issues or, you know, the debate around critical race theory, particularly in some very specific localities in Virginia playing a role there. You know, I see some of the national dynamics, the conversation around inflation and the approval ratings of the White House pulling down the Democratic nominee. And then I think a lot of folks say, well, Biden won Virginia by 10. Youngkin just won the state by 2. Isn't that a 12-point swing? It's worth noting that in the 2020 election, the Trump campaign didn't really contest Virginia. I think, you know, a Republican candidate that did probably would have closed that margin to, you know, 4, 5, maybe 6 points. So we're talking about a swing of, you know, of somewhere in the range of 4 to 6 points, which is significant, but it's not a sea change. And I think that's important to note. And the other place where we really see that play out is in the Democratic House. The Senate did not have elections, so the Senate remains in Democratic control, but the House moved from being Democratic to Republican. If folks look back 2 cycles, you know, before the 2017 elections, Democrats held about 35 seats out of 100 in the Virginia General Assembly. Over the course of those 2 elections, they picked up, you know, before this most recent one, they picked up 20 seats. If this was a full seat change and a reversion to norm, I think we should expect that Democrats would lose the vast majority of those 15, 17 seats. Democrats lost seats in the House in this last election. They lost 7 seats. That is not a wholesale swing. I think it is a shift and a return to a solidly purple state. But to interpret this as somehow being like a, you know, suddenly Virginia's a red state, it's closed for clean energy businesses, I think that would be an overinterpretation. So that's how we look at that, the sort of immediate history of that. And that's what, of course, sets the stage for where we are now entering the legislative session.
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.